If you think celebrities always look smart and beautiful, think again. Some stars age so badly, they end up looking almost unrecognizable, even like aliens. Today, we're going to reveal 30 celebrities who have aged terribly. And trust me, you won't believe your eyes when you see number 5. 30. Chevy Chase. Picture 1978. The tall, handsome prankster America adored tumbles through the Weekend Update desk and lands a 7-figure movie deal. Fast forward 40 years, and that confident stride is a shuffling gait. The grin replaced by something closer to a perpetual wince. Chase's fall isn't just extra pounds or slack skin. It's the visible weight of every feud he never patched up. Former colleagues recall racist jabs at Donald Glover on Community, sexist asides to female writers, and a profanity-laced voicemail that made showrunner Dan Harmon swear never again. Hollywood eventually stopped dialing, yet Chase never stopped insisting he likes who he is. Watch him now at fan conventions, oxygen tank nearby, assistants steadying his steps, the audience a fraction of the hordes that once lined up for vacation. His jokes feel harsher, his apologies non-existent. The once nimble comedian who turned pratfalls into art now seems stuck in one long, slow-motion fall he can't recover from. When bitterness etches itself so deeply on a face, you start to wonder, is that gravity or guilt pulling him down? 29. Madonna once weaponized reinvention. She built an empire by staying one beat ahead of cultural fatigue. But plastic surgery doesn't obey the same choreography. Today, her cheeks sit too high, lips too plump, skin stretched so tight it refuses to wrinkle, but also refuses to move. Critics whisper she resembles her own wax figure, yet the bigger tragedy is artistic. The provocateur who shocked the Vatican with a pop song now shocks TikTok with auto-tuned nursery rhymes and self-filmed bathroom dances. On stage, she pushes 20-year-old dancers to the brink, desperate to prove 65 is the new 25, then collapses backstage with rumored IV drips. Social feeds overflow with filtered reels, yet every filter highlights what it conceals. She could have redefined aging for female icons. Imagine Madonna touring acoustically. Silver hair, stripped-back spotlights. Instead, she chases a youth that fled the moment she demanded it stay. The result is a face and legacy caught in uncanny valley limbo, somewhere between nostalgia and denial. When the Queen of Pop won't let time remix her greatest hit, the song becomes a loop no one wants on repeat. 28. Steven Seagal. Remember the lethal grace of 1988's Above the Law? Thin ponytail, lightning wrists, villains tossed like laundry. Now scroll recent photos. A 300-pound silhouette tucked into a chair, dyed black hairline retreating like a bad guy in his own straight-to-video plot. Seagull insists he's still an Aikido master, but demonstration clips show assistants flinging themselves while he barely lifts an arm. Off-screen allegations stack higher than any stuntman. Actresses describe casting couch auditions, crew members recount racial slurs, and 2 women filed 2018 police reports detailing assault. As Hollywood closed its doors, Moscow opened them. Vladimir Putin handed Seagal a passport and a ceremonial desk job. Special envoy, promoting U.S.-Russia friendship. Ironic, considering the FBI still wants a word. He appears at Kremlin photo ops in flowing black kimono, extolling Siberian oil deals. Fans ask, is he undercover or just under delusion? Aging amplified every flaw critics once excused. The ego, the laziness, the fantasies of invincibility. An action hero who won't or can't move becomes something worse than irrelevant. He becomes a statue to his own myth, gathering dust in the cold glow of Russian state TV. 27. Rudy Giuliani, September 12, 2001. Cameras capture America's mayor, eyes steeled, voice unwavering. Flash cut to 2024. The same man stands outside a courtroom, hair dye streaking down his cheeks, muttering conspiracies about voting machines. Stress hollowed his face. Lawsuits drained his bank account. Self-inflicted scandal did the rest. Giuliani's physical decay mirrors a reputational freefall. Few politicians survive. The once robust frame is gaunt. Gestures tremble, yet the microphone trembles more at what might spill out. Court filings accuse him of unpaid legal fees, defamation, even harassment. TV appearances became performance art, 4 seasons total landscaping, vodka-soaked interviews, a now iconic press conference where he sweated black rivulets. Medical experts note how prolonged stress can age a body a decade in months. Giuliani seems living proof. But it's the moral erosion that ages him most. Each debunked claim, each lost case, etches another line across an already drawn face. Viewers who once saw post-9/11 resilience now see Shakespearean downfall, a leader trading legacy for loyalty to a cause that never reciprocated. In the end, the only thing melting faster than that hair dye was the public's memory of the hero he once was. 26. Mickey Rourke. In 1986's 9.5 Weeks, Mickey Rourke was liquid charisma. Bedroom eyes, razor jaw, a faint smile that promised trouble. Then came amateur boxing, shattered cheekbones, full facial reconstruction, and a carousel of cosmetic touch-ups that touched everything but time. Surgeons tried to rebuild the leading man. They fashioned a mask instead. Even his comeback in The Wrestler, haunting, Oscar-nominated, couldn't stop him from chasing another nip, another tuck. Today at 72, he roams Hollywood in velvet slippers, peroxide wig, and sunglasses at midnight, railing at studio rats who won't cast real men. Paparazzi shots show swelling, scarring, and an expressionless stare that looks carved rather than lived. Yet peers whisper about his gentle heart beneath that latex armor, a kindness lost between punches and scalpels. Rourke's aging isn't just tragic, it's cautionary. Beauty, fame, ego, pain, they spun a man into a mirror maze where every exit looked like another procedure. Each surgery promised yesterday. Each result pushed him further from the face audiences loved. Sometimes the bravest thing a fighter can do is throw in the towel. Rourke kept swinging, and the mirror swung back. 25. Courtney Love's stage dive to 1994. Courtney shrieks doll parts, while cigarette ash showers her baby doll dress. Raw, broken glass beauty. Decades later, the scream remains, but so do visible scars. Love's resume reads like a toxicology report. Heroin, prescription pills, alcohol, rehab revolving doors. Each relapse carved deeper lines. Each cosmetic quick fix tried to plaster them shut. At 60, cheek fillers puff, then sag, lips swell, then deflate, leaving a face in permanent flux. Public blow-ups, Twitter feuds with Dave Grohl, conspiracy posts about Kurt Cobain, alienated die-hard fans who once idolized her defiance. She sued, got sued, apologized, relapsed, repeated. Estranged from daughter Frances for years, Love symbolized how addiction devours not just skin, but relationships. Critics hoped for the sober resurgence teased by her acting talent in The People vs. Larry Flynt. Instead, we got selfies from bathroom mirrors at 3 a.m. under unforgiving fluorescent lights. Watching Courtney age is like watching a legendary guitar slowly warp. The shape's familiar, but the strings no longer stay in tune. Her body survived the 90s, but survival isn't the same as healing, and Punk's battle ribbons can become chains. 24. Axel Rose. Once he slithered across stadium catwalks like a jungle cat, voice soaring 5 octaves above Slash's incendiary solos. Today, Guns N' Roses open with pre-recorded screams because Axel can't hit them live. Decades of late shows, lawsuits, and notorious tantrums left him gray, puffy, winded. He still dons the bandana, now to catch sweat rather than start fashion trends. In interviews, Rose admits he's not the singer I was, yet refuses to lower keys or slow tempos. Fans pay hundreds to watch nostalgia battle biology. In 2016, a broken foot forced him onto a throne borrowed from Dave Grohl. Many felt the symbolism was louder than the amps. Weight gain and suspected fillers blurred once razor features, but the deeper loss is mystique. The dangerous enigma who wrote Appetite for Destruction lyrics now jokes on TikTok, chugging sugar-free Red Bull before waddling out for Welcome to the Jungle. Aging simply exposed what critics suspected. Axel's ferocity was fueled by youth's delusion of permanence. The jungle eventually welcomes everyone. Surviving it is different from ruling it. 23. Brigitte Bardot. There was a time when Brigitte Bardot defined liberation. Sunbathing atop Saint-Tropez rooftops, hair cascading like rebellious silk. She retired at 39, vowing never again to let cameras feed on her. She kept that promise, but traded cinema sets for political minefields. Now 89, she appears rarely, face unaltered by surgery, yet weathered by Provençal sun and hardened convictions. Bardot penned books calling immigrants scum, paid fines for hate speech, and endorsed far-right candidates. France's once-beloved siren became its crankiest neighbor, shouting from behind shuttered villa doors. The youthful pout turned downward, etched by years of frowning at a world that no longer matches her ideals. Unlike peers chasing facelifts, Bardot's aging is brutally honest, but honesty can sour into bile. Photographers occasionally capture her tending rescue animals, deep wrinkles folding like parchment around eyes that once hypnotized the planet. One can't help but wonder, did age unmask prejudice, or did fame once mask it? Either way, the contrast between "and God created woman" and the woman now railing at modern decadence may be cinema's starkest before and after. 22. Mel Gibson. Heartthrob revolutionary of Braveheart. Meet the bearded pariah caught on dashcam spewing anti-Semitic slurs. Gibson's barrel chest thickened, hair thinned, but his real aging happened in leaked phone calls and DUI reports. Hollywood once banked on those blue eyes. Now studios weigh PR fallout before greenlighting any Gibson project. Yet he clawed back with Hacksaw Ridge, reminding everyone the talent still hides beneath the tarnish. Seen today, Mel toggles between repentant and resentful. White beard, flannel shirts, antsy glances like he's waiting for hidden microphones. Eyebrows knit deeper each time he's asked about old scandals. Laughter erupts too loudly, as if to drown past echoes. Alcohol left visible map lines, but contrition left none. Viewers track each wrinkle for clues. Is he changed, or simply unemployed long enough to feel consequences? Gibson aged not in solitude, but under Cliag lights, every slip immortalized. The sum of it is a face that can still command attention, but now reminds audiences that charisma without control ages faster than any cell. 21. Val Kilmer. Kilmer once embodied swagger. Iceman's frosty grin, Jim Morrison's Dionysian fire, Batman's brooding chin. Then, throat cancer stole his voice, surgeries carved his neck, and a tracheostomy robbed him of natural speech. Fans winced at paparazzi shots, the sculpted jawline hidden behind scarves, breathing tube peeking beneath. Yet Kilmer's hardest fight was off-camera, learning to speak through AI replication and to act through memoirs and art exhibits. Directors once dismissed him as difficult. Hindsight reframes it as fear of irrelevance, of mortality already knocking. He died April 1st, 2025, age 65, body frail but spirit undimmed, leaving behind the documentary Val that let audiences witness a phoenix blade still glowing beneath ash. Kilmer's terrible aging packed tragedy and grace. His body crumbled, but humility rebuilt a reputation his ego had damaged. Unlike others here, his decline felt less like consequence, more like fate's blind draw, a reminder that sometimes time isn't the villain. Disease is. 20. Lindsay Lohan. She once lit up Mean Girls with comedic timing, adults twice her age envied. Hollywood crowned her next Julia Roberts, then watched as club flashbulbs replaced set lights. Between 2007 and 2012, Lohan cycled jail, rehab, court, repeat. Mugshots captured a year-by-year deflation. Cheeks hollowing, lips chapped, eyes pleading. Cosmetic fillers tried to restore lost fullness, but youth's harmony can't be sculpted back. By 27, she looked mid-40s, paparazzi lenses ruthlessly comparing before-after montages. To escape, she fled to Dubai's no paparazzi zones, launched beach clubs, starred in Netflix rom-coms. At 38, she's healthier, but the damage clings like a tabloid headline that never leaves front page. Each new project carries a "Lord give her a chance" narrative, overshadowing the work. Lohan's aging illustrates speed, fame at 10, burnout by 25. She showed the world how quickly Hollywood's golden ticket can become a cautionary amber alert. 19. Nick Nolte. In the 80s, Nolte's lion-maned virility made him the face of rugged charm, but addiction prowled backstage. GHB cocktails and endless whiskey-ravaged skin, ballooned capillaries, deepened that gravelly baritone into near growls. The infamous 2002 mugshot, wild hair, Hawaiian shirt, glassy eyes, became shorthand for celebrity meltdown. Today, at 83, Nolte wanders Malibu aisles looking like a weathered sea captain. Beard tangled, eyes soft but distant. Unlike some, he embraces eccentricity, calling himself a 200-year-old prospector. Yet the price is steep. Double knee replacements, memory lapses, roles now limited to hermits or wizened sages. Nolte's terrible aging is strangely endearing because he owns it. No Botox-caulked creases, just raw consequence etched deep. Still, fans can't watch Prince of Tides without feeling a pang. The effortless masculinity that once conquered screens now hobbles through Trader Joe's with a cane. Reminder that even the sexiest man alive is one bad decade from a meme. 18. Tara Reid. Tara rode the American Pie wave straight into tabloid whitecaps. Endless nightclub circuits, diet pill endorsements, and a disastrous breast implant operation left her abdomen rippled and her confidence shredded. Weight ricocheted, 1 month skeletal, next month puffy, fueling cruel headline counts. Attempted comebacks in Sharknado leaned into camp, but red carpet photos showed sunken cheeks, brittle hair, and wobbling posture. She slurred interviews, later blaming pain meds, yet producers quietly crossed her off-call sheets. At 49, she claims sobriety, but years of dehydration and stress etched permanent fragility. Watching Tara speak now feels like holding delicate glass. One wrong tap, it shatters. Her aging is less moral downfall, more slow-motion erosion of self-esteem under relentless spotlight. Hollywood gave her fame without armor, and paparazzi chipped away until only nerves remained. 17. Keith Richards. The Rolling Stone who snorted his dad's ashes somehow outlived cleaner-living peers, but not without receipts across every wrinkle. Tobacco, heroin, and dawn-to-dawn tours leathered his skin. Cheekbones protrude like relic rock formations. Yet there's an odd vitality beneath those jungle vine veins. At 81, Richards flicks riff after riff, defying medical textbooks. Doctors call him a walking study in resilience. Fans call him immortal. Terrible aging? Visually, yes. He resembles a voodoo shaman carved from mahogany. But unlike stars chasing Botox, Keith treats each line as a lyric. The paradox is fascinating. He looks like he should have expired in 1978, yet plays 3-hour sets without auto-cue. Perhaps that's the secret. Embracing decay turns it into style. Still, new viewers gasp, wondering how a living skull fingers guitar frets so fluidly. Richards proves aging can be terrible and triumphant simultaneously. 16. Joan Rivers' plastic surgery was Joan's favorite punchline. She joked her face was a wedding present that kept getting regifted. But by the 2010s, the punchline overtook the joke. Skin so tight, cheeks barely moved, eyes perpetually surprised, chin sharper than her wit. Offstage, health complications from decades of procedures culminated in a fatal 2014 anesthetic mishap. Posthumous documentaries reveal insecurities driving each nip. Producers once labeled her too ethnic, executives too old. She fought back with scalpels and sarcasm. While her comedy aged into legend, her visage aged into cautionary exhibit at dermatology conventions. Rivers' terrible aging is bittersweet. Society mocked her solutions more than the sexism causing her panic. She built a barrier of silicone and sutures, hoping to stall irrelevance, a battle she ultimately lost on the operating table. 15. Donatella Versace step inside a Milan runway rehearsal. Floodlights bounce off Donatella's platinum hair, but your eyes lock on a face smoothed beyond nature. Chemists can't replicate Versace fabrics as flawlessly as surgeons replicated her brows. Each procedure aimed to project eternal glamour after brother Gianni's 1997 murder thrust her into the spotlight. Yet critics say the harder Donatella tries to embody the brand, the more she resembles its mannequin. Mouth frozen in feline sneer, tanned skin gleaming like patent leather. She walks, but expression scarcely follows. Still, she sells an image millions idolize, proving terrible aging can be wildly profitable when packaged as avant-garde. Her reflection may startle unprepared viewers, but fashion's heartbeat seldom syncs with biology. 14. Janice Dickinson. The world's first supermodel loved extremes. Extreme catwalks, extreme cocaine, and eventually extreme makeover shows. Years of bulimia, hollowed cheeks, implants drifted, Botox locked forehead smooth while neck sagged. Reality TV magnified every contour, turning personal battles into public spectacle. Janice's gravel laugh and brutal honesty stay fierce, but the camera shows veneers too bright, skin too thin, eyelids forever mid-blink. At 69, she oscillates between survivor triumph and surgical cautionary tale, warning young models against the same needle addictions she still half defends. Dickinson's aging story is a tug-of-war between feminist rebellion and vanity slavery. Proof the industry that crowns you, queen can crown shy away when age spots appear. 13. Iggy Pop Raw Power's Shirtless King stomps stages at 78. Ribcage engraven visible through parchment skin. Decades of stage dives onto broken glass and six-pack breakfasts burned fat reserves, leaving sinew and scar tissue. Sunbathing in Miami baked wrinkles deep. Veins bulge like bass guitar strings, yet Iggy still whips his torso, as if ligament insurance exists. Interviewers note lucid wit, but cameras relish each skeletal contortion. Terrible aging? In a way, he beat it. He never promised to be pretty, only real. But casual viewers recoil. Human anatomy class turned performance art. Pop proves lifestyle choices etch their own tattoos. Some audiences applaud the authenticity. Others avert eyes. 12. Ozzy Osborne, bats bitten, reality shows shot. Ozzy's decades of pharmaceuticals left neurological tremors and slurred speech. Parkinson's diagnosis compounded spinal surgeries, making each shuffle to the microphone an act of will. Once wild mane now thins, dyed black against parchment pallor, yet his eyes still flicker manic mischief. Ozzy's terrible aging is an open ledger of chemical debts. He often jokes doctors keep him alive for science. Seeing the Prince of Darkness gripping a walker breaks metalheads' hearts, yet they roar louder, knowing survival itself is his encore. Like a Gothic cathedral in ruins, the damage adds eerie majesty, but the scaffolding squeaks ominously. 11. Carrot Top Scott Thompson once embraced goofy ginger curls and quick prop gags. Then Las Vegas residencies funded extreme gym sessions. Sinews ballooned, facial fillers swelled, eyebrows tattooed so dark they challenge cartoon physics. The boyish Joker now looks like a circus strongman wearing his younger face as a mask. Jokes land, but audiences talk more about biceps than punchlines. Carrot Top's aging shows what happens when mid-career panic meets limitless cash. Muscles up, relatability down. He laughs off surgery rumors, but photos provide Exhibit A through Z. The metamorphosis fascinates and unsettles, a living action figure whose batteries never quite fit. 10. Pamela Anderson, running in slow motion along Malibu sand, Anderson symbolized 90s sex appeal. Decades later, multiple implant cycles, hepatitis C treatment, and activism stress left her embracing a makeup-free documentary revealing sun damage, fine lines, and softness hidden under red swimsuit mythology. Critics applaud honesty, but the contrast jolts viewers clinging to pin-up nostalgia. While Pam seeks reinvention through memoirs and Broadway, her body showcases every ultraviolet ray and silicone experiment. Terrible aging, perhaps merely unfiltered reality after years of filtered fantasy. The real tragedy isn't wrinkles. It's how shocked we feel seeing them on someone human billboards once insisted was ageless. 9. Liza Minnelli, front row Broadway seats, once watched Liza leap across stages like a firework in tights. Hip replacements, viral encephalitis, and spinal surgery dimmed that spark. Today, at 79, she performs seated, voice wavering, arms trembling but determined. Pancake makeup settles into creases surgery can't erase. Heavy lashes hide fatigue. Trademark spirit hides behind labored breath. Addiction battles cloud past glory. And paparazzi photos of wheelchair arrivals overshadow lifetime achievement tributes. Watching Minnelli age is like seeing Times Square lights flicker. Still bright, but bulbs missing. She reminds us entertainers aren't supernovas. They're people who burn twice as bright and therefore twice as fast. 8. Kirsty Ally, from svelte Vulcan officer in Star Trek The Sun to wholesome Rebecca Howe. Ally pivoted to yo-yo diet spokesperson, her body the battleground of public scrutiny. Tabloids tracked every pound. Ally fought back with reality shows and Jenny Craig contracts. Rapid gains carved stretch marks. Crash losses hollowed cheeks, leaving skin loose. Political rants during COVID isolated fans further. Before her 2022 colon cancer death, Ally appeared frail, yet still defiant. Her terrible aging lies in how society weaponized her flesh. Media fat-shamed, then cashed in when she lost it. The war ended only when disease called ceasefire, proving some battles no diet conquers. 7. Marlon Brando. Brando's downfall deserves its own tragic opera. The magnetic rebel who mumbled revolution into cinema devoured entire buffets at midnight, swelling to nearly 400 pounds on his Tahitian island. Arriving overweight and lineless on Apocalypse Now, he demanded black turtlenecks and shadowy lighting to mask girth. On Dr. Moreau, he ordered a miniature sidekick and wore a metal bucket as a hat, halting production for days. Family turmoil followed. Son imprisoned for manslaughter, daughter's suicide, endless lawsuits. By his final years, Brando required oxygen tanks, refused press, and answered doors naked for laughs only he enjoyed. A genius buried beneath gluttony and grief, he morphed into caricature. Embodiment of how unchecked privilege can rot the core while inflating the shell. Number 7, Forever. Because no Hollywood tale shows the mirror so mercilessly. 6. Terrence Howard. It began with Oscar buzz. It spiraled into math manifestos. After salary disputes booted him from Iron Man 2, Howard's interviews drifted into numerology. 1 × 1 = 2, he insisted, unveiling patent-pending Terryology. Domestic abuse allegations soured public sympathy. 4 marriages, multiple lawsuits further tarnished. On Empire, he briefly reascended, yet backstage whispers said he still lectured castmates on sacred geometry. Physically, stress etched lines across once immaculate bone structure. Eyes look perpetually baffled by a world refusing his logic. At 55, he seems decades older, shoulders slumped under self-made exile. Terrible aging here is intellectual. A mind turning inward until the face follows suit, sliding from leading man confidence to fringe prophet uncertainty. 5. Gary Busey helmet-less motorcycle crash, 1988. Doctors removed a portion of Busey's skull, altering impulse control. Post-recovery interviews featured nonsensical aphorisms. There's no Hoboken on the carpet of tomorrow. Oversized veneers pushed lips outward. Surgeries to repair facial fractures left asymmetry. Once a nuanced, dramatic actor, Busey leaned into eccentric reality TV, shouting at meatballs on Celebrity Apprentice, blessing houseplants on Big Brother. Now 80, he patrols Malibu parking lots on electric scooters, startling tourists with spontaneous life coaching. Each wrinkle zigzags like EKG readings of manic energy. Terrible aging? It's like the crash left him forever stuck in 5th gear. Face, voice, and reputation vibrating without brakes. 4. Macaulay Culkin. The world watched him slap cheeks in Home Alone, then watched tabloids slap headlines of late-night club departures and skeletal photos. Parents' legal battles drained fortune and faith. Boredom bred experimentation with hard drugs. Paparazzi snapshots of hollow eyes and cigarette-thin limbs went viral, shocking fans who froze him at age 10. Culkin pivoted to art rock parody band The Pizza Underground and podcasts, rebuilding health and humor. At 44, he looks better, yet childhood softness replaced by angular wariness. His aging teaches us how early fame ages twice, once biologically, once psychologically. Though he's found peace, the original boy never aged. Because he lives forever on holiday reruns, mocking grown Culkin from TV static. 3. Roseanne Barr, late 80s sitcom trailblazer, evolved into Twitter landmine. Weight loss surgery shrank her body, but revealed sagging skin. Cosmetic fillers fought the droop, causing occasional uncanny GIF screenshots. In 2018, one racist tweet flattened her revival show overnight, costing co-workers jobs and fans illusions. Now she tours conservative comedy circuits, voice gravelly, shoulders hunched, hair dyed unnaturally black. Apology videos alternate between contrition and conspiracy, deepening forehead furrows. Aging accelerated when corporate doors slammed, stress replaced studio lighting, and laughter now echoes in smaller halls. Roseanne's downfall demonstrates how a single post can age a career faster than crow's feet ever could. 2. Charlie Sheen. 2011. Sheen drinks tiger blood, chants winning, and scorches every bridge back to 2.5 men. Drug binges carved eye sockets cavern deep. Rapid weight shifts loosened skin. HIV medication bloated midsection. Video rants displayed twitchy jaw clenching, clues to cocaine's dental demolition. His public confession of diagnosis aged him further. Suddenly, the Playboy persona looked desperate, not daring. Today, Sheen appears subdued, sporting graying beard, attending minor cons. Producers shy away. Insurers demand impossible premiums. Terrible aging here is an object lesson. When indulgence becomes identity, it devours the vessel, leaving behind only memes and memoir deals. 1. O.J. Simpson, from Heisman hero sprinting through airports to cane-leaning pariah limping out of Lovelock prison, Simpson's transformation is physical and metaphysical. 9 years incarcerated aged him 20. Swollen joints, hooded eyes, skin sagging under desert dryness. Post-release golf videos showed labored swings as if guilt weighted every club. Then cancer reports accelerated decline. Photos months before his 2024 death depict gaunt cheeks and gray pallor, echoing the erasure of once universal adoration. More than wrinkles, O.J. carries the weight of collective disgust. A visage burdened by a double murder acquittal that society never absolved. His terrible aging is unique. He didn't simply grow old, he grew infamous, and infamy ages faster than years. There they stand, 30 mirrors cracked by ego, excess, surgery, scandal, or sheer bad luck. Their faces warn us. Fame magnifies everything, including time's toll. Which reflection startled you most? Let's keep the conversation rolling in the comments.